Hello Virgo, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Virgo for the week of January 17th. Now Virgo, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Now Virgo, I do not offer personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, they're trying to scam you, and please do not get scammed. They are rampant right now, so please do keep that in mind. I also do exclusive content on my Instagram, which you can find in the description below. So give me a follow there if that's your thing, but with all of that said, let's go ahead and see what we have here for you. Now, if you watch my content regularly and you have not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. It really helps my channel grow in a big way. Same is true if this is just the first time that you are watching me. All right, so let's see what we have here for you, Virgo. Okay, and we'll make sure everything is in view, and then we'll get right into it. All right. I think that looks good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is a card of intuition, okay? The most intuitive card in the tarot. Also represents, Virgo, the divine feminine, okay? And we all have the divine feminine and the divine masculine within us. And so you're talking about the energy, the subtle energies, right? The intuitive energies that are available to you here with this card. Elements of care and compassion, especially like self-love as well with the High Priestess. This could be the moon. This could also be represented by, it could be represented by the moon or by a Pisces typically. But on a larger note, the High Priestess is telling you to emerge from the water with the information that you've gathered, okay? Because the High Priestess can indicate hidden knowledge coming to the surface, right? As you see the High Priestess coming to the surface. It can also represent secrets, anything that's hidden. And as if you're looking, if you are here and you're curious about a person, the High Priestess can indicate that they are desirable. Okay, they're especially, they're very hard to get with. It's very hard to get with the High Priestess. Because they're extremely desirable to a lot of people. And so you could have those qualities about you, or if you're here about the person you're interested in, they could have those qualities. But at any rate, this High Priestess, I feel like more is about intuition, okay? Going back to what I sort of initially said, because you also have the other most intuitive card with the Queen of Cups here and the High Priestess, and we'll get into that more. So there's a big message of you trusting, okay? Trusting the hidden knowledge, trusting the messages here coming forward. So right away in the middle, you have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands talks about being at a crossroads in your path and needing to go into a period of research, discovery, and planning to help you decide which path is best for you. Okay, and so you may be thinking like you might even have a choice between two options or a choice between two people at this time as well, or the other person could. Like I said, I get the sense that you should really trust your gut about a person at this moment, because the energy here is potentially something that's concealed or hidden, something that you may not know about this person. And so yeah, I would really trust your gut. So but on the other end, I feel like for many of you here, kind of getting away from the love messages, more about the career and finance messages, many of you here are sailing in a new direction, and you're in that period of this direction where you now have to choose. You now have to choose which way to continue going. And we'll get into that more. Now, in the past, you have the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. So this Eight of Wands here talks about a quick-moving event that brings about good news. It's also a card, it's a very nice card. I really love the Eight of Wands. It talks about accelerated motion, good things moving ahead, messages coming from a distance, actually for relationships as well. It can indicate long distance relationships, travel by air, long distance travel, but messages like such as a text message, email, phone call, anything from a distance, in online as well, just in any way. So I definitely like to see that. You have this Queen of Cups. again, this is like the, you could say it's like the High Priestess light, right? It's like it's the second most intuitive person or intuitive card in the tarot. And so there's a big message of you trusting your gut, listening to the messages here that are coming to the surface at this time. It could be around moving, traveling, the direction that you're headed here. It's like at the end of the day, the only person that will know what direction is right for you, or if we're looking at this Two of Wands, which path is right for you, is you. And that answer is available. That answer is available to you. You just have to take time, okay? Take time to figure out where the messages are coming from and listen to what's coming in. It's easier said than done, but that's what I strongly feel like is coming in here for you. You also have this Nine of Cups, which is a major card of wishes coming true. It's an incredibly happy card. It's an incredibly positive card. In fact, it can indicate pleasures, luxuries, even it's a sex card as well. Like anything that's pleasurable in this lifetime can be indicated here by the Nine of Cups. And so something to consider there, but this person's really enjoying themselves, okay? They're having a good time. They're holding up their cup in the air. You know, good things are happening for themselves and for their small business as well. And so incredibly positive card, but it's a major card of wishes being granted in your life. Now, in the middle, in their current situation, you have the Six of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Five of Wands. So the let's see here, the Five of Wands, just deciding on where I want to start here. This Five of Wands talks about some sort of internal conflict that you may be going through in this moment here. Maybe a struggle or of some type. And the reason being is the Five of Wands is a conflict. It is sparring with other people. And this lower row is the row of your internal. It's the row of the subconscious. And when I get it in this lower row, it's almost always for me an internal battle or an internal struggle that you may be going through. It's something around this path that you find yourself on here, this sort of splitting, this bifurcation here that you're going through, which one to choose, right? Which option to choose. And I almost see you sort of going into like analysis paralysis, where you're like going back and forth over like what is the right way to go. And try to have compassion for yourself as you make that decision, which is what the Queen of Cups would do. It's what the High Priestess would do. Remember, these are divine. This is the divine feminine energy here that is coming forward. So just trust yourself and realize that the answer will come to you. You have the Six of Swords as well. Major transition, okay? This is going through a rite of passage, going through a transition, going to a new place, going to new shorelines, meeting new people. And, you know, swimming in new waters as well, as you have the Eight of Wands and the Six of Swords next to it. Two travel cards, two cards indicating journeys ahead of you. And I definitely get that energy here as well with this Two of Wands. So big journey here available. I feel like it's like once you decide, once you meet the universe halfway and you decide which path to choose, it's full sailing ahead, right? So in the future, you have the Seven of Cups, the Judgment, and the Justice card. So big themes here with two major arcanas in the future. You do have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, this is confusion and overwhelm feeling in this case. Overwhelmed by the many choices that you have at hand here. And that is definitely coming in again with the Two of Wands being confirmed there, where you're like really deciding on the path that you need to take. And I do feel like this is not only, you know, there's this overwhelming feeling in this reading, but it's probably stressing you out a little bit. And I truly feel like you're in a battle with yourself here with this Five of Wands as well. Now you have this Judgment card, which is all about, this is a card that talks all about an inner calling in this case. I feel like you are following the inner calling here. I don't always bring that message in, but I'm getting this for you. You know, the Justice card can indicate like revelations, spiritual awakenings, you know, karma. But I'm getting this message of you following the inner calling with the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups around this path, around this journey that you find yourself on here, Virgo. And just trust that you can't really fail, okay? All roads eventually lead to the same path, so keep that in mind. You have this Justice card as well, another card of karma. So you do have the two big karma cards here in the tarot coming forward with the Justice and the Judgment card. That's big energy here, Justice and Judgment. You know, that ultimately says that you will get the outcome you deserve. So the worst thing you could do is not act. But let's go ahead and see what else we have here. Let's clarify. If you're enjoying this, hit that like button, subscribe, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you for spending your time with me. You can sign up for my email list on my website. So let's go ahead and see what other cards once you come forward here. Yeah, look, you have Joan of Arc. Voice of truth, stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. Wow. Okay, so purpose here is highlighted. Your purpose and your path here is absolutely highlighted. So you have faith, humanity, and benevolence. Trust, stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, see the light in the world. You also have Kalima, facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. You're fearful about stepping onto the wrong path. And the guides are like, no. The guides in this reading that's coming forward for you in this reading are like, no. As soon as you step on the path, we will meet you there. And that's the message. That's the message that I'm seeing here. But at first, you first need to trust yourself and realize that it's okay to step on the path that is right for you. So let's see here. Finding your truth here. Let's see here. Let's pull some additional messages. Okay. I guess we're going to take that one as well. Okay. So yeah, look at this. This makes total sense here. Ask your angels and perfect timing. So, you know, I definitely feel like there's this message here of you needing to connect at this moment. You have compromise and let go. So let go of needing to, you know, have the right answer. It's like there are no right or wrong answers here, okay? In a reading like this, there are no right or wrong answers, and you will figure it out. You will figure it out here with this perfect timing coming in. It may mean with the compromise card, especially as you have this justice card as well, that you need to give something up, like to get something else here, and that's kind of what I'm seeing. Let's see what else we get. Let's pull some additional tarot messages here. All right. So you have the Eight of Cups, you have, oops, sorry for bumping the camera there, you have the World, and you have the Four of Swords. Okay, so the World here, you will complete this task, you will complete this cycle here with the World. Okay, it's a powerful card, it's the end of the Major Arcana, it's the last Major Arcana, indicating a big spiritual reward. In this case, it's a spiritual reward, because you have the Judgment card, the High Priestess, the Queen of Cups, which is being clarified by the World, the Justice. I mean, there's like a big spiritual reward here available to you, waiting almost like on the spiritual plane for you as you step forward. And it may be less about stepping forward and more about here with this Eight of Cups of you walking away from disappointing situations. The Eight of Cups for me is a nice card of empowerment, where you know, they're about to embark on a journey, but they first needed to let go of the things that no longer serve them. And for me, that's all about that. For me, that's an empowering message, right? And I get the sense that that's coming forward for you here. You have this Four of Swords as well, healing from heartbreak, giving yourself time to like rest, rejuvenate. But with the Nine of Cups and the Four of Swords, like, can you not only rest, but like do something fun, like do something enjoyable here, Virgo. Don't be all work, no play is the message. Now you have this Six of Wands, you have the Hierophant, and the King of Cups. So what I really like to see here for you is, if you take a look at this Five of Wands card, you see the five people sparring. Well, whoever wins that spar, that battle, gets the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is all about exceeding expectations, public recognition, victory, and success. And you know, you are winning and achieving. You're winning the battle of yourself here. Okay, you're triumphing over this problem here that you're dealing with internally. And I see you doing that here as well. Definitely here with the Six of Wands. So especially with that Six of Swords, yeah, and it's all about this transition, this change that you're making in your life. You have this Hierophant as well with the Two of Wands. Hierophant's talking about tradition. I feel like maybe some of you are not conforming at this time. I feel like you're taking a different path, okay? With the Two of Wands, there's like one path that's traditional, and there's one path maybe safe, and then there's one path that's maybe a little bit scary, but what you really want to be doing. Right? And we've all had those periods in our life where it's like we could go with the grain or go against the grain. And that's what I see coming in here for you. Another card here with the King of Wands or King of Cups rather, having compassion for yourself. So you have the Eight of Swords, you have the Four of Cups, and you have the Knight of Cups. So what we have going on here is this Eight of Swords very much is talking about this. Remember, we have the Seven of Cups below with the Eight of Swords very much being trapped in the overwhelming feeling, okay? Being restricted, being locked up in this overwhelming feeling. And, you know, picking, basically the answer here for this reading, if this reading is for you, is picking that path will free up so much energy for you here. And it's like all of these, whatever issues you may be dealing with will be solved, will be completed as you get the Five of Wands into the Six of Wands, as you get the Judgment into the world, you know, the Nine of Cups. You know, you will truly find the answer you're looking for, but right now you're locked up in this decision, okay, in this decision, especially with this Four of Cups, which is boredom and apathy. You know, with the Judgment card, that's karma, right? A Judgment card is very serious in that, you know, it's all about the choices you make. And this person is choosing to stay under the tree. Okay, this person's choosing to be bored. So, you know, it's also about the alternative path. And it's also about this, like, maybe being careful that you're not missing out on opportunities, which I feel like you're taking an alternative path. You have the Knight of Cups as well with the Justice card. Look, it could mean that as you take it, you move into this new path. If you're single, you find somebody. If you're not single and you're moving to this new path, you have this Knight of Pentacles here on the bottom, which is very interesting. And so that's like a financial arrival, a financial event, but it's all about slow and steady growth and something in your life finally arriving. So let's see what else we have here. Let's pull some additional messages for you. I think we will take these cards here because these all want to come forward. So let's pull the Kipper deck here. So you have Message of Concern, you have Bad Health, Mature Woman, Gift, Mature Man. You also had High Honor and Despair, and you had a bunch of cards that just wanted to come forward. And Thoughts. Okay, your thoughts are the bad health situation. Okay, I don't foretell death, dying, injury, illness. I just don't do that. And so the thoughts here is the health situation, the overwhelming thoughts, which is so present on this reading. It's almost like some of you are afraid of disappointing somebody. Maybe this person's like a family member or somebody who's more traditional with Message of Concern and Mature Man and the Hierophant. But, you know, at the end of the day, sometimes you have, this just part of the experience, right? Especially if you're looking to do the thing that you want to be doing. You know, you're not going to please everybody. And so follow the path of your gift here. And this change is coming in. So yeah, that's what I feel. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, check out my website, zanintuitive.com, and you have a great day. Really appreciate you being here. I'll see you in the next one.